Do you like creepy places? How about abandoned places? What about creepy and abandoned places? Welcome back, I'm here. Today we're taking a look at the creepiest abandoned places from around the world. Let's get into it. Number 10, the Giant Buddha of Hainan. This is one of the scariest abandoned places that I've ever seen, and it all started with a dream. Back in 1992, a Buddhist monk had a dream about building a giant Buddha statue on the tallest mountain on the island of Hainan. After his dream, he spent years traveling China trying to find a suitable mountain. Finally, in 1994, he found what he was looking for. He returned to the mountain with 80 Buddhist followers. Together, they carved out the face of the mountain to make room for the statue. The statue would be 108 meters tall, weighing an estimated 99 tons. But after 5 years of carving, only the head and shoulders were completed. The monk died in 1999, and without his leadership, the project was abandoned. Locals claim that the mountain itself is haunted by the spirits of those who worked on the statue. Number 9, Pripyat, Ukraine. We've all heard of Pripyat before. It's the most famous abandoned city in the world. In 1986, a nuclear power plant nearby exploded, leaving the entire town stuck in a nuclear wasteland. The radiation levels are so high in some parts of the town that if you were to stand there for just an hour, you would die. Entire buildings have been swallowed up by Mother Nature. Animals that used to flee the area have returned. Wolves, wild boars, and even monkeys now call this place home. Pripyat is a great example of what happens when humans are no longer in control. No. 8. Villa del Balbianello. This creepy abandoned villa is located outside of Como, Italy. The villa was built in 1910 and took its final guest in 1982. Now it's completely abandoned, except for the caretaker who looks after the grounds. But that's not the scary part. The villa has appeared in several movies, including Casino Royale and Star Wars Episode 2, but it was also the setting for a very strange event. Back in 1926, a countess hosted an orgy with her lover and 7 other people. They all ended up getting drunk and high off of absinthe. Things got so crazy that the countess shot her lover and then killed herself. There are rumors that the ghost of the countess still wanders the halls of the villa. Number 7, the Tower of London. Built in 1066 by William the Conqueror, the White Tower is the oldest building of London's historic Tower of London. Over the centuries, many prisoners have been held here, including Lady Jane Grey, who was only 17 years old when she was thrown in prison. Many of them never made it out alive. And Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, was beheaded here in 1536. Her crime, she didn't give birth to a male heir. Henry wanted a son. He got bored of waiting and decided to marry one of Anne's ladies in waiting, but that didn't work out either. Henry had 6 wives, but none of them lived to see the age of 50. It's rumored that the ghosts of these women still wander the halls of the tower. Number 6, Island of the Dolls, located near Mexico City. This island is covered in dolls. It all started when an old woman named Julia moved to the island. She noticed that children were drowning in the canals. To prevent this, she hung dolls from trees along the water to scare them away. But over time, more and more dolls appeared on the island. People began to believe that the island was cursed. No. 5. Greenland, Antarctica. Humans have never been able to live in Antarctica, no matter how hard we've tried. In 1911, Amundsen became the first person to reach the South Pole during his journey. He and his team were stranded in Antarctica for 2 years. He and his men survived by eating nothing but their dog food. They lost so much weight that when they finally returned home, they were unrecognizable. Since then, over 20 research stations have been established on the continent, but no one lives there permanently. With the exception of the staff at the research stations, the only people in Antarctica are tourists, but that might change soon. Scientists believe that in the next few decades, mining companies will begin to set up shop on the continent. There are massive deposits of gold, silver, copper, and zinc. These mining operations could bring thousands of people to the frozen continent. Number 4, Kalmanskap, Namibia. Once a booming mining town, today Kalmanskap is nothing but a pile of rubble. It all started in 1908 when diamonds were discovered near the town. The mine quickly became one of the richest in the world. By 1912, the population of Kalmanskap had grown to 10,000 people. But the good times didn't last. The mine was eventually depleted and the people left behind. Nature has reclaimed the town and it's now a popular destination for ghost tours. No. 3. Danebury Park. If you're a fan of spooky abandoned places, then you've probably heard of Danebury Park. This amusement park in New Jersey has been abandoned since 1984. No one is sure exactly why the park was closed down, but rumors persist that mobsters were using the park as a front for their illegal activities. Urban explorers who have visited the site say that it's one of the most haunted places that they've ever seen. Number 2. Belitz Heilstätten. This abandoned sanatorium is located in Belitz, Germany. It was originally opened in 1908 to treat tuberculosis patients, but during World War II, it was used as a military hospital. Many soldiers were injured or killed in action. It's said that the ghosts of these soldiers still haunt the building. In 1990, the sanatorium was closed. It sat abandoned until recently when plans were announced to turn it into a museum. Number 1. Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Out of all the abandoned hospitals in the United States, Waverly Hills Sanatorium is easily one of the scariest. The 4-story building is full of dark hallways and creepy rooms. It was originally opened in 1910 to treat tuberculosis patients. At its peak, the sanatorium had over 800 patients. But as the disease began to decline, the sanatorium was converted into a general hospital. In 1961, the hospital was closed due to budget cuts. It sat abandoned for several years before being converted into an apartment complex. But this proved to be a bad idea. Several people died in the building. Eventually, it was abandoned once again. Thanks for watching. Which of these places would you love to explore? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.